Light vanishes worldwide at coordinated universal time midnight, then returns exactly 100 years later. Agriculture collapses within 3 growing seasons without photosynthesis. Oceans tip toward anoxic dead zones as phytoplankton stop fixing carbon dioxide. And the night sky, stripped of stellar input, reveals only faint geothermal glows and lightning like slow heartbeats of a dark planet. The immediate atmospheric cooling would plummet global mean surface temperature by approximately 10 degrees Celsius within months. Then much more as albedo rises under expanding ice. Plant respiration ceases, terrestrial food chains fracture, and human societies pivot to subterranean bioreactors, geothermal heat, and nuclear fission. Solar radiation's absence stops the photochemical production of ozone. Nitrogen dioxide accumulates, creating a chemically different air. When light returns after a century, ecosystems face shock. Sudden ultraviolet radiation bathes a low-ozone atmosphere, and dormant seeds in permafrost may sprout in landscapes reshaped by ice sheets extending far into current temper zones. Human-built archives in salt mines and basalt vaults become the new libraries from which culture is rebooted. Language diverges into insulated dialects preserved by radio frequency communication powered by small modular reactors. The cryosphere, expanded by persistent cold, reflects much of the returning energy, delaying warming. However, soot layers from emergency combustion during the dark century reduce reflectivity locally, accelerating melt and producing pulse floods in proglacial lakes. Photosynthetic life that survived in hydrothermal cave microhabitats and deep-sea chemolithoautotrophic communities becomes the seed bank for recolonization, while engineered algae are reintroduced to re-establish carbon fixation. The carbon cycle, suppressed by a century of near-zero primary production, stores more carbon dioxide in oceans via physical absorption during cooling. When sunlight returns, rapid stratification and biological blooms could drive unpredictable outgassing, risking abrupt climate swings. Human adaptation strategies would focus on staged illumination, controlled artificial light to ramp photosynthesis in greenhouse megastructures, avoiding oxygen spikes that raise wildfire risk in newly thawed forests littered with century-old dry biomass. Power systems prioritize nuclear fission, geothermal energy, and stored hydrogen. Photovoltaic infrastructure, maintained as cultural artifacts, suddenly regains primacy, but requires cleaning and reconfiguration for altered sun angles under shifted crust due to glacial isostatic rebound. Astronomy restarts with a changed sky. Orbital debris has largely decayed in the dark century without active station keeping, reducing but not eliminating micrometeoroid risks. Biological recovery plans include revival of seed banks from Svalbard-like repositories preserved by permafrost, and breeding programs for pollinators that persisted in artificial habitats. By the year 2035, our best models suggest a post-return trajectory where biosphere recovery succeeds if sunlight is reintroduced with careful pacing. Ozone is rebuilt via reduced nitrogen oxide emissions, and human energy mixes rapidly transition to solar plus geothermal while maintaining nuclear fission as baseload, ensuring a stable oxygen, carbon dioxide, and temperature profile within 2 to 3 human generations.